You're a superhero.
All right, William.
What's happening?
Ladies and gentle bros, we would like to welcome you to yet another episode of
BROxFire. What? I love how you're turning to me like.
Well, I'm trying to cue you, but you don't know what we're fucking doing right now.
I know.
The BROxFire Podcast.
Yep.
Yes, not talk show.
Not talk show.
Not the BROxFire talk show.
Somebody said that we
Chat
should
show.
do that, and I didn't.
This is like,
Right instant, I was like, interesting.
you're interesting.
No, I thought your comment
You know what?
was
I'm gonna
interesting.
stand. You know what? Fuck the chair.
It's twice.
Twice now. Twice.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna stand.
Yeah, I don't know what I want.
No, that's very obvious, right?
But
now.
I do know that I would like a drink. Today I brought Woodford Reserve. This was a gift from my friend Brody, who is also a member here for my 1-year anniversary party. It is 45.2% alcohol.
Oh, super fantastic.
So 90 proof.
What type of alcohol is it?
It's a Kentucky bourbon whiskey.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay. You didn't know that?
Nope.
I just gave you a death stare for not knowing that. Wow.
Well, I'm not a bourbon or whiskey guy, so cheers.
Cheers.
Clink. Make the little
Clink.
sound.
Clink. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
How was your week?
My week, it was a long fucking week. Sometimes you just have a week and you're like, is it only Tuesday? And it's only Tuesday.
So you basically confirm with yourself. I like that.
I
That's
did.
good.
I did.
I'm glad that you did that.
What about you? You're looking nice and tan.
Yeah, I found I found the sun, and the sun found me.
Where was it? Was it hiding from you?
I was hiding from it apparently, and I thought, hey, I'm just going to go out there and just going to introduce myself to the sun. And
Oh, how nice.
yeah, and I got burned pretty badly. So if you're watching this and not from Fort Lauderdale,
Did you get burned?
I did a little bit.
I don't see it.
Well, it's gotten better. It's a beautiful thing about
It's now turned into a nice brown,
tan, and those bronze tan.
nice bronze tan.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was pretty bad. We went out there, and when I say we, had my family down from Maine,
Oh, that's right. You had your
sister and my
your
brother-in-law.
Yep.
So they were down from Maine. They were
I
enjoying the sun. The funny thing about that whole thing was they left and it was 86. They got home. It was 14.
Well, that's their own fucking fault.
Yes, it is. But that was enjoyable to hear.
Well, so how do you like the Woodford Reserve, my friend?
I do. I like it. Like I said, I'm not a
You're
whiskey.
not really a whiskey guy.
Not a whiskey guy, but I will
Imbibe.
suffer through this and smile and pretend that I enjoy it even more. But, one thing I do want to start off with
What's
I
that?
think is that when we do drink and try to enjoy these drinks,
Okay.
it's really important for us to ask questions about each other because
Oh,
nothing
that's
like
right.
being at your
is
most
right.
vulnerable state when drinking alcohol.
Now, what is the name of this piece? You said it so nicely last time.
Well, no, they're all going to be a little bit different.
Interesting.
Yeah, see? He got
Is this
me
from
and
your
I got him.
Pinterest board?
This is from my Pinterest board. Stop looking at my screen.
Well, it looks like it's like a fucking Pinterest board over there.
Yeah, it is. So
Well,
get
that's
to
nice.
know me now.
Ooh, get to know me. Oh,
And
shit.
and
I don't know if I'm
the
ready for that today.
and the title start is If I Could ...
If I could what?
I wanted to have a sip. Okay.
Oh, it's like if I could, and then you're going to give me a prompt.
Right.
Oh, okay. I
Right,
was
that's
like, if I
100
could
yeah.
just generally... Okay. All right,
Yeah.
I got you.
All right.
Following. Picking
So
up.
we're starting with you.
All right.
So if I could have a superpower, it would be
Oh, this is so fucking easy. I would want to be like super, super, super fucking strong. Like super strong and just like break, like
super-
Thor.
So wait a
Like,
minute, super or super?
Super, 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 super fucking
Okay.
strong.
Okay, fucking
yeah, like,
strong.
Like
Okay.
Thor. Yep. And have a hammer too. And control lightning.
So basically you would want to be Thor.
Yep.
Okay, wow.
What about you?
I would like to be, as a superpower, I think it would be cool to be able to fly and be bulletproof, like Superman. Yeah, I would like to be like Superman because lasers can shoot out of his eyes, and he can get shot in the eye, and he's like, that was nothing.
Well, yeah.
It's important.
It's really important.
There's a lot of shit going down. You know what I mean? And you just bulletproof would be better than
Not being
strong.
Well,
Superman's also super strong, by the way. Just only
yeah, but like Thor like doesn't die. Superman's died a few times.
and came back to life.
That's true. He did come back to life.
All right. If I could see any band, musician, dead or alive, it would be.
I don't have a good answer to that because I'm gonna say the fucking Spice Girls because
Again?
I don't know what it is. I have this relationship with the Spice Girls that it's just in my DNA. They were like my first band when I was a kid, and they did a tour last year in London, a reunion tour where they played Wembley Stadium in front of thousands and thousands of people, and I wasn't there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you? You don't seem like it doesn't
Well, I don't
give a fuck whatsoever about that.
Well, so when the whole dead and alive thing for me would be, Elvis Presley. I want to see, I don't
You
know.
want to see his hips, Will?
No, no.
That's the whole thing. They like wouldn't show him on TV because his hips.
But I want to see like Elvis Presley at his like prime, like when he was singing. Like I thought that would be cool to see, the other one would have been Freddie Mercury.
Okay, those are two very respectable answers.
Thank you. I wasn't really going for the respectable answer. I was just going for the answer. If I could spend the day in someone else's shoes, it would be
President Donald Trump.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, who would not want to be president of the United States? Number one. Well, actually, only for a day, right? So like,
I wouldn't.
Can't do all that. Well, just for a day.
No,
to
not
see what
even.
it's like.
No.
And like, just to be him in this time that we're living in, and just like experience what his day is like. I don't know. I think that would be really freaking cool.
My answer was super easy. Derek Jeter.
Jeter.
Derek Jeter, I would love, and it wouldn't even matter when he was on the Yankees,
So
owning
like
the
when he was
Marlins.
dating Mariah Carey.
I would have probably broke up with her if I was him for that day.
Well, I mean, that happened.
I know, but I would have done it a lot quicker. I'd have been like,
Mariah Carey in her prime? No?
No, wasn't a fan.
Wasn't a fan. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If I could be any animal for 24 hours, I would be a.
Ooh. All right, you go first on this one because I honestly don't know.
What the fuck? I would be a tiger.
Why?
I don't know. That sounds cool. I mean, you don't have to question it. I didn't question yours. But I would be a tiger because they're just badass. And
Okay, all right, I'm with you. I would be like a tiger, but I would be a house cat.
that would be so cool. People take care of you.
But but like
No.
a massive house cat. So like somehow got like, I don't know, some growth hormone or machine that made me like 5 times.
That's not what we're
big
asking.
And had to like, and I could like crush the city and like meow.
What is in this
like
drink?
roll, and like roll around on the road and just be like, meow.
What is in that ice cream?
No,
ice
I mean
cube?
I'd be like the scariest cat ever.
Yeah, but that's not what they're asking. It's like a normal animal. It says spend the day.
Would you pet my pussy?
No. I would not. I wouldn't even do anything with your pussy. No.
Well,
Not even remotely. Next question.
my cat. I mean,
Next question. Okay. All right. This
ooh,
one.
give
this-
Elsie some whiskey. Watch what happens.
Yeah, no kidding. You only had like 2 sips.
I had like 2
I'm
sips.
so creeped out. What would happen if you had like 6? All right.
You'll find out.
So,
Yep.
if you could see, now we're getting into the imagination, which you
I feel
obviously
like I'm
play.
really far away from you today for some reason. I
I don't want to get smacked like I did last time.
know, but like I feel like I'm like out of frame.
You're not out of.
I'm not out of frame. Okay.
We've checked
I'm the most
camera.
important person out of the two of us.
Yeah,
so-
don't worry. You're not out of frame.
Okay.
Okay. So if you could teleport anywhere instantly, you would go to where?
The moon.
What the fuck? Why would you go to the moon?
Why wouldn't you go to the moon?
Why wouldn't I? Cold, lonely, really far from everything that you ever want to do.
Yeah, but you'd be on the moon.
I can keep. Yeah, with nobody, and nobody would give a fuck. And
Bro.
you'd be like, "I'm on the moon," and people
Bro,
would be
but
like,
could
"No, you
come with
weren't."
me. We go to the moon together.
No, it says by yourself.
Oh. All right. Well, All right, I guess that's my fucking answer. What's yours?
Mine would be Milan. During like the biggest fashion show.
During a fashion show.
That would be my favorite. I would be like a kid in it.
Well,
I'd be like, oh my God. I'd probably get kicked out. They'd be like, is that what you're wearing? Actually, one time when I was in Milan, I was in an elevator and this guy that was in like Gucci everything. He just got off the airport and
he got off the airport?
He just got, because the hotel we were at was like next to the airport and he just left the airport. Thank you for correcting my English.
You're welcome.
You were the one wanting to be a giant weird cat.
A giant pussy?
Giant pussy. And we were in the elevator and all of a sudden the guy looked at me and goes, I love this outfit.
To you?
Yep.
I bet you were over the fucking moon. I bet you could have died right then and there, and that would have been it for you.
Yep, we didn't even need to go anywhere else in Italy. I was like,
That's
we can go
fucking
home. I'm done. I feel great. But
That's
okay, yeah. So that was a good feeling. All right, 2 more questions. Don't worry.
Let's go.
All right, if I could instantly become fluent in any language, it would be
Norwegian.
Oh, because of the whole Thor.
Because then I'd be Thor.
He doesn't even speak Norwegian in any of the movies.
In the myths, he is Norwegian, so he speaks Norwegian.
Okay, cool. So you can. All right, I would love to learn just Italian. I think if I could instantly learn Italian.
Why don't we? I think we both should learn Italian.
It's not easy, bro.
Okay,
it's not
bro.
easy. I tried it. I have Rosetta Stones to learn.
Rosetta Stone for bros. Like we could start like a movement.
That would be so fun, bro. This is how you say
This is how
in
you
Italian.
speak Italian, bro.
This is how you say bro in Italian.
We can start saying all mean things in Italian. Like I know something really mean in Italian.
Yeah, we're not going to say it on here.
Kita morte.
Wow.
Do you know what that means?
It's like something about like
Fuck the dead.
fuck the dead.
I learned that from one of my best friends in college, Mary Ann. So thank you for teaching me Italian.
Yeah, thank you not for teaching him that. Okay. So if you could have taught him anything and you taught him that one.
Well,
Great.
she had her priorities right.
Fuck the dead. That's awesome.
Well, I think I was mad that day and I wanted to express myself, and she gave me another way to do that.
Yep. That's a pretty mean way. Like we say, like when we're mad, we're like, fuck you, right? And that's like people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Could you imagine being like, fuck the dead? Like, what? What? I would be so that would take it to another
It is. And
level.
that's why it's amazing, because it's just next level bullshit right there.
Holy
fuck
cow.
the dead.
That is bad. That is some mean shit right there.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Marianne, thank you.
Wow, you really, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Last question.
All right.
And it's nothing compared to this last conversation because it was if you could eat one meal where calories don't count, it would be.
This is the dumbest question to end on. You need to like make sure the best question is the last question next time you do
Well, I
this.
thought it would be because you work at a gym, calories don't matter.
No, they do matter.
I know. In this question, they don't matter.
Got it. Okay. I don't know, bro. I'm like fucking basic. I'd have like pizza, like 5 pizzas. I'd be like my dog and eat like all the pizza and just wouldn't stop. I don't know. I like pizza. I'm a pizza bro.
You're a pizza bro. I think mine would be more towards dessert, and I would like key lime pie, like no one's business. I would love to eat either cheesecake.
Key lime pie.
Or-
You're so lame, Will.
Pizza?
Can I have some key lime pie?
Can I have some pizza? I'm gonna eat all the pizza. Dude, you could do that anyway.
Did you know that key lime pie is from the Florida Keys?
Yes, I did.
I learned that last year when I went to the Florida Keys.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And they taste delicious. So, with that being said, that was the last question. Thank God.
Oh, thank God, we're over
if I
that.
could.
We got through that. If I could. I keep thinking, if I were rich. You know that song? That's the Gwen. If I were a rich girl. The Gwen Stefani song, but it was from like, what was the musical that it was from?
Go. I don't have no idea.
You don't. Oh, Jesus. All right. So
Well, you obviously don't know
I
because
don't know.
you didn't say the
it's like
title.
one of
How
the
can you
most
give me shit?
Sunrise, Sunset. It's one of the most famous musicals. It's like, I think they're Jewish.
Wow,
in the
it's so
musical.
famous. You can't remember the name of
What
it.
is the name of the musical? All right, someone's going to need to write in the comments what the musical I can't think of is.
Totally Google it, but my phone's far away.
Well, who cares? All right. So besides your week going well with your family being in town, how was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day was super fantastic. I actually had to drop my family off first, so it kind of slowed things, but it was not bad. It was a really good time, and I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed Valentine's Day. I think we watched a movie.
What movie?
Can't remember the name of it now.
Must have been really good.
It actually was really good, but it was like I didn't know at the time, but it was like it was an English movie. It was
like a British movie?
British movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. England.
Nice.
England, British movie. Yeah. And it was really good. It was funny. I can't remember the name of it.
So mine was
How about you?
good as well. It was really low key. We got hungry at like 5 o'clock and we were like, you know what, let's just go get some food as opposed to making food. Cause I had this whole idea where I was going to like cook dinner and then,
How'd that go?
it didn't work out. So we went to American Icon and I had pizza.
Oh, wow. And it had no calories.
And we also watched a movie.
Oh, that's all. Oh, what movie did you watch?
Frozen 2.
Not surprised. Oh, you watched that on Valentine's.
Well, actually, first we watched this show called Ragnarok on Netflix, which is like kind of about Thor. There's lots of themes here with me. I'm very predictable once you get to know me. But then
That's
you know
not
how
true at
Valentine's
all.
Day ended with a fire alarm at our building.
I was
at
really
about
excited for
10
this.
o'clock at night.
That was not what I was going
It
to
was
guess.
raining, and we had to. Well, the dogs got an extra walk-in, but it was like.
I totally know why you got that fire alarm. Somebody was just like, I'm fucking tired of being alone. When they pull the thing.
Or they were having like lots of sex with candles and like, just stop paying attention and maybe.
I was thinking
candles
of like the
caught on
lonely
fire.
person was like, fuck all these people.
Fuck everybody.
Yeah.
I'm so lonely.
Yeah, I'm so lonely, so that's what they did.
So I saw my friend Dan the other day, and Dan.
Nunez?
Dan, the mortgage man.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's Galentine's Day, but there should be like Broentine's Day, like in March, where like the bros go do something because the girls have their thing. Because
What's their thing?
Galentine's Day.
I've never heard of it. I have 4
Never
sisters.
heard of Galentine's Day? I think it's a relatively new thing because I think it's from the TV show Parks and Rec, and it became like it was like a joke, and it became kind of popular.
Okay.
So I don't
One of those
know.
things.
We might put together a Broentine's Day.
But does it have to be around the same time, or we
No,
can pick
it
a
could
month?
be like next month.
It
It
could
could be
be-
like St. Patty's Day and Broentine's Day. It could be the same day.
No, you want to have it like later because everyone likes St. Patty's Day.
We should do a pub crawl this St. Patty's Day. I did one last year.
I would love that.
And we should invite our listeners to come join us on the pub crawl.
We should.
All 5 of you.
Yeah.
All
Well,
7 of you YouTube subscribers, we thank you.
Thank you so
Cheers
much.
to you.
Cheers to you.
All right, so should we dive right into the Sport Pop and Fort Report?
Oh, I like how you say that so fast.
I know, I just got it. I got it on point. So
Sport
I
pop.
don't know if you remember songs like I Want to Love You Forever, which hit number 3 on the Billboard in 1999, or Irresistible, or With You, or the TV show The Newlyweds, but singer
Ooh, I remember that.
businesswoman Jessica Simpson wishes she had done differently before marrying former 98 Degrees member Nick Lachey in 2002. I wish I would have signed a prenup, Simpson, who recently released her memoir, said. I've actually been listening to her memoir because that's what I do in my spare time, listen to Jessica Simpson, open book. So my question today is, what are your thoughts on prenups? Let's talk about it.
So, Hollow, you know you have to say that. Hollow, we want prenup. No, we don't. We don't. You know that song?
No.
You've never heard the Gold Digger song?
I guess I don't remember it like that.
Hollow, we want prenup. We want prenup. Yeah. No? Wow.
I don't know, man. I'm
Holy
sorry.
shit. I thought when I was going to say that, you would just yell with me, we want prenup. But
We want prenup.
you
Did I do
could-
good?
no, not at all. It's so sad. Now I know why we have 7 viewers. Because the rest of them are like, you don't, what? He doesn't know Gold Digger song? Click.
Okay.
All right.
Shut up.
Anyway, so speaking of
So
prenup,
let's talk about prenups.
I
What is your feelings on? You haven't answered my fucking question, which was, what do you think about prenups?
what do I think that if you have a lot of money and you have a very successful business,
All right.
it is a yes. It is a yes that you definitely should have one, because if that person, you worked hard by yourself to get that. So in my situation, I started like with nothing, and then I got married, and then it was like we worked our way up. So therefore, having a prenup would have been like, okay, you want to keep your baseball cards? Like, I don't know.
So can I tell you the funny thing about this story specifically?
Yes,
Is
go ahead.
that when they were getting married, Nick was the one who wanted Jessica to sign the prenup.
And she said no.
And she said no. But when she left him, she wished she had the prenup. Do you want to know why? Because when they entered the marriage, he was making way more money than she was. And when they left the marriage, she was making way more money than he was. So she fucked herself because she wanted to protect himself. And then she was like, no, we're going to be together forever. And she didn't really have the money that he did at that time. So isn't that interesting?
Oh, I didn't know that far. You went really deep. Here's the point.
Seriously though, I mean, the whole point is that she had way more assets and cash leaving the marriage than he did, and he wanted something.
But can I be honest with you though? Because when they got married and then they were on the Newlyweds, I think she became even more popular.
Yeah, no,
she became like this.
She surpassed him
because they had a song. They had songs together,
right? But nothing like his solo career never took off. He was always part of 98
No,
Degrees.
he was 98 Degrees,
and he was
and
known
that's
as Jessica Simpson's husband.
What was a popular 98 Degrees song? I was trying to think of that. It was like one song. Like
give me just one night.
That was it.
Una noche.
Oh no, that was not it.
And I don't remember, but I can hear it in my head.
Well, whatever. Anyway, so that's my point exactly.
It's the hardest thing I'll ever have to do.
Oh my God, he's jamming on this.
I love boy bands. I wanted to be in a boy band when I was younger. I
can see why it didn't happen.
Karaoke. I have a beautiful voice. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just nervous right now, and I'm not warmed up.
All right. Well, glad. All right. So with that being said, at the same time, I always have to do my little plug. When it comes to like divorces are not easy.
What's your little plug? You don't have
just
a
give me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a little plug. Just give me a second.
Give a plug.
All right. I'm gonna divorces are not easy. All right. Obviously, and also asking someone for a prenup is not something that's very easy. But if you're looking for someone in the Fort Lauderdale area that can help you with it, who is like a bulldog when it comes to winning a divorce battle or a custody battle, I would definitely recommend Sarah Singer.
Oh, yeah, we love Sarah.
Yeah, and she is one of the best. The one thing I love about her is that she has this really cool theme, like this little, what is it called?
A jingle?
It's not a jingle. It's, well, whatever. It's if you find yourself in a family mess, call Sarah Singer to ease your stress.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, it is very nice. But she is great. She's helped out a friend of mine. She's really top notch, and she's very professional, and I would recommend her highly.
Yeah.
If maybe Jessica knew Sarah Singer back in the day, she would have been like, we need a prenup. And you know what, Sarah? You know when I said, holla, we want prenup, I know you knew exactly what I was trying to do.
But can you answer the question for me? How do you feel about prenups, actually?
I already did. I said that you should get them if you have money, but if you don't have money...
It doesn't matter?
It doesn't.
But what if you think you may acquire money? Like some people starting out
but a prenup doesn't work that way. Prenup is like the money that you've had, or I believe, or the money
I imagine that it can work any way you want.
And if you own a business and that business has the potential of, or if you're making money with that business, you're protecting your assets. But that person, if they work for your business or helped you, they could fight along saying like, listen, because I married you, you became like Nick Lachey. They got married and she made more money because they sang together. They were on the Newlyweds. People were like, who is she? Whatever. But she was in movies.
Yeah, after they divorced. But I see your point.
Okay, great. So what is your thoughts on prenups?
I feel the same way in the sense that if I stand to make a lot of money, I want to make sure I'm protecting myself from the get-go, because money, I don't care what anyone says, money makes people do stupid,
weird
crazy
shit.
Things.
Yeah.
I've seen families torn apart where somebody passes away in the family, money gets passed down, and there's massive fights that like destroy families. Like it's just... I
see that a lot. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that... So
I think having some rules in place, like love is love, and like you got to nurture and cherish the relationship, but like...
How do you have the conversation? How do you go up to that person? Everyone wants to know that. How do you go up to somebody who loves you? Like what did Jessica Simpson say? She said... You said it before.
The funny thing is that Nick wanted me to sign a prenup, and I was so offended. I was like, but we're going to be together for the rest of our lives.
So how do you have someone who believes in that you want to sign a prenup? Because basically it's protecting. You're just being like, I want to protect it. I think we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. But, and there's always that but part. So how do you feel?
Like, how do you start that conversation?
I would love to know how you would start that conversation. Especially you.
Hey, baby.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you were going to go all low like that.
I think we love each other.
You think? What? You think?
I know
you think you love me? Okay.
baby, I know we love each other.
Let's not do me. I'm just
Oh, does that make you uncomfortable that I put my hand on your shoulder, Will?
when we're talking about a prenup.
Oh, jeez.
Because I'd be like, fucking right, sign that shit.
Get over yourself.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the person in this other relationship.
So be that.
Don't touch me. What do you want to talk
Why
about?
are you so uncomfortable with physical
What do you
touch?
want to talk about? I know it's something
Why are you-
serious.
Oh, jeez. Well, we should talk about this. Why are you
Well, let's talk about what you want to talk
uncomfortable
about.
with that?
I'm
Is that
not
okay?
uncomfortable.
You not like people touching you?
No, that was fine.
Okay.
I'm in this relationship right now, and I want to know what you want to talk about because I know it's something serious. Go. It's not gonna work.
All right. What I would say is, listen, I love you, and this is very important to me that our marriage works out.
Where are you going with
But
this?
our money that we have individually should be something that we think very seriously about, just in case.
Like what are we and what do you write? Never mind.
What's wrong with what I just said?
I just think that you can hear the bullshit coming out of your mouth. You're like the money and the listen, honey. We should sign a prenup. Why? I don't know. I just think if you're gonna have a prenup, she knows it's coming. He knows it's coming. He knows it's coming.
So is
he
that
knows
what you
it's
would
coming.
say, honey? We should sign a prenup.
No, I just think that it's a prenup. We're gonna have a prenup. Like if she says, I want to get married, I'm gonna say, I would love to marry you, but we also need a prenup.
Okay.
And if she's like, fuck you, then I'm gonna be like, okay, then we're not getting married.
Okay.
Because love has no boundaries and it shouldn't matter.
I'm still offended you like shrank from my touch. Like I'm like, you know.
You should be.
Why? Yeah, I should be, because like you could have like a much uglier, unattractive, less interesting person want to put their hand on your shoulder like that.
Okay. Next topic. Jessica Simpson, it's a coulda, woulda, shoulda. She should have, but what is it? Because she broke now, I guess? I don't know. Let's
No,
go to the
she's
next
not
topic.
broke, but I imagine at that point in her life it was
It was a lot of money.
yes. Okay, so I don't know if you heard the recent news about ex-Prince bro Harry and his wife Meghan.
Yes.
So we all know about their step-down agreement, right? Will really wants to talk about this.
Oh, I love this.
It was reported, however, that the Queen requested the Duke and the Duchess return to England
Oh,
next
wait a minute.
month.
The who?
The Duke and the Duchess.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure they still have the title.
They do still have the title. Next month and attend the annual Commonwealth service with the rest of the royal family. And since they're still technically working royals, it seems like they're going to go. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think there's like some tension about it? Do you think it's weird?
I think it would be weird as fuck. They're just like, deuces were out, and then the queen is like, you got to come back, and they're like, okay. But what I found out was that they do not really, they still are Duke and Duchess until March.
Yeah. No, I know. It's in their agreement, right? It says the new model
There's an
will take
agreement.
effect. Well, there was
They're like,
there was
we are
close enough.
split. We're in Canada. No, you're not. That's why they're probably in Canada, because they're probably not. They can't be that far away.
So I guess what I wanted to say about this was expectations, right? So I feel like if you look at his brother William, right? The brother's William, and his wife Kate, right?
Okay.
Kate is very well beloved and very popular in England.
Okay.
She does a lot of work on behalf of children, and that's something she cares very passionately and very deeply about.
Okay.
She knew what she was signing up for, right? I guess my problem is
Wait a minute. She knew? As if
she knew,
you're
like,
saying Megan
when
didn't know?
No.
Oh.
When Kate and William got engaged, when she went after a prince or he went after her, she had to know, this is what my life is going to be like, married to a prince. Right, and the thing that's, like, I still don't really understand about this is that Meghan Markle knew exactly what she was getting herself into, right? So if there's any
Right.
tension whatsoever about going back, I mean, they paid for the wedding, they paid for them to redo the house, all public money, right, to do all this, and then she turns around and says, no, I don't want anything to do with this.
So,
I don't know.
I am
got a problem
so
with that.
glad you brought that up. She wanted a princess type or duchess.
She got a princess-type wedding, which is exactly what she wanted, and then she was like, all right,
Deuces, fuck that shit. And that's the thing that bothers me
No, it's
so
super
much
annoying.
about it. And now she's like, like, get out. You know, like, but here's the thing. Life is different. So I've been told, like, you'll see security guards in their pictures and stuff like that when they're going for a walk. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, she probably hired them. No, those are security from England.
yeah, that
That will be gone starting in March.
That I'm sure the public money also funds.
Right. It's so sickening.
Yeah.
So my point is that do they have to come back? Fuck yeah, you got to come back. Also, it's a family thing, but the tension is you wanted out of this.
Totally.
And now it's going to be even weirder because they're going to have other events. There's going to be other things going on where they're going to have to come back. And it's just going to be awkward.
I agree.
As fuck.
Yes.
So I just think that this is never going to die. Rumor has it that she wants to live in LA. Surprise. And that's going to be weird for him. Because LA is, yeah, it's great. I'm assuming I don't have the money to imagine that. But my point is a lot of famous people go there. But that's exactly it. He's going to have to fit in. What is he going to do? Where does the money coming from?
I think their names will get them in a lot of doors and get them a lot of opportunities.
His name.
Yes, his name. His family. Yep.
He's a cool dude,
Yeah,
I heard.
yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to be awkward, and he's going to be in LA. And, I mean, they asked him to go to the Oscars, and he was like, no. They said no to go to the Oscars. What the fuck? Like, that's not starting off on the right foot. Like, just if in America, we like that stuff. America.
Well, we have a lot of opinions about this, so we'd love to hear your comments on
I would love to hear your comments.
Or not the Queen of the King.
You're probably like, leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
She just wants to get away. Yeah, so she goes to LA. Shut the fuck. That's
So
bullshit.
you can go back to work, basically?
Yeah, so you can get back in front of media that loves her instead of the ones in England that don't.
Yeah, you can get back to being an actress, which is what she was anyways. You know? All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the last piece, and I think that you should talk to us about this one because I know this cause is near and dear to your heart.
Oh, man, I am a diehard baseball fan. And if anybody knows, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. And so as a Yankee fan, the last 3 years have been tough because they've made it really far and then they didn't make it all the way. And everyone's kind of like, ha, ha, ha. But just this was released in the Miami Herald. The Houston Astros stars Alex Bergman and Jose Altuve apologized just recently for their roles in a high-tech Major League Baseball sign-stealing scandal that has tainted their 2017 World Series title. Both star sluggers, the Astros owner, I think it's Crane, addressed it and basically was saying that they're sorry. At the end of the day, if anybody doesn't understand what happened here, there was a camera placed all the way in the outfield where they could see the catcher's signs. So, and they would either have a buzzer on them or they would bang something like a trash
can with a baseball bat.
With a baseball bat, so the batter knew if it was a fastball or if it was going to be a curveball, basically telling them what was to happen, what was coming. And in baseball, if there's a pitch, a fastball goes nowadays, like sometimes it could be around 90 plus miles an hour. You have a split second to decide if it's going to curve, if it's going to go in the dirt, if it's going to be right down the middle, or it's going to be, just stay straight. If somebody was to tell you beforehand, if you played the sport and you're really good, that's advantage that you have way over anybody.
So what I read was that they found in the investigation that this happened definitely during the 2017 season, somewhat during the 2018 season, and not at all during the 2019
I say
season.
Bullshit. And here's the thing. The buzzer, there was a situation where Altuve hit a home run and to beat it's a little bitter, but beat the Yankees off a 90, I think it was almost 100 mile an hour fastball high, which if you played baseball, that's almost an impossible,
right.
It's almost an impossible pitch to hit. And then after he hit the walk-off home run, he's literally telling them, and he's holding his jersey, and he's waving, no, don't dump Gatorade, don't rip, because usually in baseball they have this thing where they rip off your jersey if you hit a walk-off home run. Every single game I've ever seen, they rip off his jersey. You tell me that you win the championship game where you're going to the World Series, you hit off a walk-off off Aroldis Chapman, and you don't want anybody to rip off your jersey? Bullshit. And they're saying that because it's really bad because that means they were cheating all 3 seasons. They went to the World Series. I mean, it really looks bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I saw that they were fined the maximum penalty, which was something about like $5 million.
The team
was. But all the players got off. There was some sort of agreement.
Yeah.
And they also lost their draft
pick, which is not a big deal to them. I mean, because either way, they would. It's just one of those things that I just feel like, and then they say they're sorry and we're supposed to forgive them. I mean, at the end of the day, cheating is not cool. And
okay, so then okay, if we're supposed to forgive them after they say sorry and you don't like that, what could they do to get
if you
forgiven?
cheat with steroids, okay, in baseball, because that's a way of cheating. If you cheat in steroids and you get caught, you're suspended. Okay, and then if you get caught again, you're suspended for the whole season. I think they should have been suspended for the whole season. That's 3 seasons in a row. Now they say, they didn't want to keep going on it because then it would look bad.
Well, who investigated them?
The commissioner of baseball.
Okay, but if they get suspended for all season, you know how many people would lose their jobs and how much money would be lost? You're talking about the bottom line people who work in the stadium.
No, I'm talking about the players. The players getting suspended.
Yeah, but who's going to play the game if they're all suspended?
They have minor leagues. They have a ton of players in the minor leagues.
I think what you're saying though would be a huge.
No, I think there was only a few.
Clusterfuck nightmare.
No, it wouldn't be. I'm telling you right now.
Because honestly,
there's only a select few that should have been.
Okay, I bet if you talk to where there's smoke, there's fire. Everyone on that team knew what was happening.
There were certain players who knew what was going on. Yes, however, they did not participate in it.
Okay, but they knew it was going on. So one could say that you're guilty because you knew this was happening because it positively benefited
Then
you.
suspend them half the season or whatever. Okay. But my point is...
I think that would have just affected too many other people.
No, there's so many players in minor league baseball, man. There's so many players that could...
their chance. Sure, okay, I see what you're saying.
But they're the only team that did this. So, I mean, there's rumors that the Red Sox did it when they won the World Series, but they're not even going to investigate that. But my point is that they are the only team that did this. So it's not going to affect baseball. Actually, I think it will help baseball because it's like if you cheat, this is what's going to happen.
Right. Okay.
Don't give them the opportunity to be like, oh yeah, we did this. Because you won the World Series. I feel bad for the Dodgers. I feel bad for the Yankees. I mean, the teams that they beat, they had the best home record in baseball 3 seasons in a row.
Right.
That's what? How do you have that? But we're going to give kudos to the Washington Nationals because they're the ones that beat them even while they were cheating. So,
Will, do you need some more Woodford Reserve?
I'll just take a
wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Just a wee.
All right.
bit.
So let's talk about Man About Town.
Oh, well, fill me up first. No, don't fill me up. Wee bit. All right, so Man About Town. Really happy. I've been getting a lot of questions when out and about, and I think that's great. Continue those questions. I really like them, and I like to be able to help out.
Just don't do this.
Just don't touch me. Just don't. Okay, anyways, no, just kidding. So I really don't have too much to talk about this time around, but I do want to talk about an event that's coming up that is very close for us, and I feel like it's a really important event, and I'm going to tie Man About Town with it. So we have the Rising Leaders event coming up Wednesday, the 26th of February. And
yes, what is Rising Leaders, Will?
Yeah, we've already repeated that multiple times. So if you don't know, go back to episode 1 and I will tell you, and then he will tell you, or he will tell you, and I will tell you. It starts at 5:30 and it gets over at 7:30. It's going to be at Lightship Studios. 2 great guys. They're really going to be hosting the whole thing with food, drinks. I would definitely recommend showing up. Andy and Rusty, they're the sponsors. Also, have a conversation with them. Their building is amazing. And if you have not been in there, this is a huge opportunity for you to check it out. I totally recommend you to go in there and see how awesome it is.
Do a podcast in there.
Well, yeah, definitely got to talk to them about that. I mean, we are talking about that, Andy, Rusty. So that's one thing. Also, we do have the parking sponsor, which saved the day for us. So it's Sarah Singer. I know we talked a little bit about her, and she's going to be at that event. So if you have prenup questions or divorce questions or child custody questions, she will be there.
She's your gal.
And I will introduce you to her, or she'll introduce herself to you. But she's a great person, and we do thank her for sponsoring that.
Now, we would like to say, if you do want to come to this event, what we'll do is we'll link it in the notes. We'd love for you to pre-register for the event. Walk-ins, guys.
Oh, my God. It tastes so much better with ice.
Okay. Walk-ins are going to be an extra, I believe, $10. So your ticket could go from $15 to $25, and you may not get a drink ticket. So we would love for you to pre-register. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
Oh, see, isn't this nice to be affectionate with your friends?
This is awkward. All right, no, just
kidding. It's only awkward because you think it's awkward.
No, it's awkward because you have, shoulder muscles, and I'm like,
jeez.
All right,
with those
so...
issues. But, yes, we would love for you to pre-register for this event because we want you to have the best experience, and it's last minute Lauderdale. That's a problem that we have in this city, is that people don't make reservations or decisions on where they're going until the day of. Come on, guys. Let's be professionals.
Let's be some professional bros.
Let's think ahead. Get registered now. We'll put the link there because we'd love to meet you and talk to you.
Wednesday, the 26th of February.
Wednesday, the 26th of February.
This is airing on a Monday, so you will have enough time to basically get
you
this.
Can do it right now. Click on the link right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom. Oh, wait, no, it's not. We're not that cool yet.
It'll be in the notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I would love to be able to, it's like right here.
I think they actually took that ability away now on videos. They used to be able to have links on the videos that you could click, but not anymore.
Oh, wow. Sorry. That would have been cool. So, anyways, but now it's the whiskey. All right. So, the one thing is that when going to this event, a lot of people ask me a question of like, what should I wear to a networking mixer event, something like Rising Leaders? And I've been giving it a lot of thought, and the questions usually are, do I wear a tie or do not wear a tie? Do I wear a suit jacket? Do I not wear a suit jacket? The most important thing you got to think about is be the most professional you can be, representing your brand or the business that you work for. We've talked about brand on our last show, but it's really important for everyone to understand that when you walk into the room, eyes are on you, and they're going to understand the type of business owner that you are by just the way you show up. Now, that's not fair, you might say. Well, guess what? Tough. I didn't make the rules. That's just the way it is. So wear whatever you feel. If you feel like you're going to wear jeans, make sure they're professional jeans. We've already talked about the type of jeans.
Do you want to talk about what you suggested I wear to the last Rising Leaders event? Because I didn't wear a suit jacket.
No, you did not. So the question that you brought up to me was, I said, what do you want to look like? And what is your theme you want to go with? Because like I said, it's like you're putting on a show, and your theme was?
South Florida Lumberjack.
South Florida Lumberjack. Now, most people would be like, what? Me, I was like, challenge accepted. So what it is when you think about something like that, it's more lumberjack. It's not like I got to carry an axe. It's more like I want to look rugged. I want to look really manly, but I want to look like
professional
in South Florida and comfortable
in South Florida.
Right.
So I wore, I had the jeans. So they were really, really nice, slim fit jeans. Really nice jeans with a nice boot that wasn't like a work boot, but like
more like a casual, comfortable boot.
And I had a white button up with suspenders. And I'd never worn suspenders before, and I felt so comfortable, and I looked good. And it was a little bit casual because I didn't have the suit jacket, but because I had the shirt
didn't
and
matter.
Suspenders
dressed it up.
It dressed it up.
And did you have a tie on?
I did not have a tie on.
Your shirt was unbuttoned. So that's the thing.
And I get so many comments on how I looked.
Yeah. And so there was another event that he was at when he had his 1 year anniversary.
A vest.
I had him wear a vest, but he had the sleeves rolled up, kind of like something like this. And what that does is that, the vest looks, I'm really too dressed up. You might feel overdressed, but when you roll up the sleeves, it brings out that tough look that you want. And that's the jeans, you can't really tell the difference between dressed up jeans, suit jeans. You know what I mean?
I'm such a tough guy listening to Jessica Simpson's audiobook.
I know. It's so funny when he was like, I want to be a lumberjack. I'm like, really?
I want to be a lumberjack.
Jamming to the Spice Girls. Hey, we all are special snowflakes here at the BROxFire Podcast.
Frozen. I will kill you while we watch Frozen.
Yeah. If you talk, I would hate to have been in the movie theater with you if somebody was like, if there was like somebody was like laughing or talking.
I'd be like if I got into like a bar fight with somebody, I'd be like, can we put Let It Go on while I kick this guy's ass?
That would be
me.
And you would be, and the guy would be like, why aren't you just letting this go? And you'd be like, don't use that reference. I'll kill you.
Use that reference. So, I think the whole point is that we all have our individual flair, our individual style. And the cool thing about it that you can do as a guy is you can celebrate that individuality. You don't have to look like, that's one thing I don't like about DC. Whenever I've gone up to DC, everyone's so cookie cutter, and it's just like everyone looks the same. And you have such a good way of a little pop of color or like putting your own signature Will spin on things. So,
And one thing I want to say is that when you do have that look, understand something, because you might be in that group, you might know everyone in that group, but let's be honest, you'll see Facebook posts. Facebook posts go out everywhere. You get tagged. You might not even be in the picture. You might be in the back. But the point is everyone's seeing what you look like. And that is representing your brand. And I'm saying, so dress it up. If you are going to this Rising Leader event, all seriousness, woman or man, if you're going to this event and you want to know how to dress it up, how to look, please don't hesitate to write me. I will gladly be able to suggest it. If you have a theme that you're trying to figure out, I'll work with you. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not charging anything. I love doing it on the side. It's something that I would love to be able to help people out. I love having people look great. So definitely something to think about.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I'm really excited for that event, and I'm excited to see what everyone puts together to wear to go to that event.
Yeah, and I'll be judging you.
Oh, jeez.
Did I just say that out loud?
He knows how to yeah, Mr. Networking over here. All right, let's talk about a little bit. Let's get into GoPro, bro. So one of the things that we were talking about was evolving in our careers, right?
Correct.
We have, I think both of us have started in one place and ended somewhere else.
Right.
And not even ended, but it's just where we exist currently. So one of the things that I
was like, it didn't end.
It didn't end. Life is not over. So I kind of I went through some actors or not necessarily actors, but other famous people. A lot of people, I think the average is something like 4 or 5 times that people change careers in their lives. And one of the things that I wanted to hit on today with GoPro Bro is asking yourself the question, am I happy with what I'm doing career-wise?
Okay.
Have you ever asked that question of yourself?
Yes.
I think that our generation, so I would say that we're both in we're in the upper millennial generation.
Yeah, I just made the cut.
We just kind of made the cut there. And now there's what's behind us? The I generation or whatever it's called. Who knows?
I have no idea. But fuck them.
Our parents raised us with this idea of be happy. Be happy, right? I think it fucked a lot of us up.
I think there was even a song, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Don't worry, be happy. But
happy.
Our parents were raised like, you get a job. Well, you go to school, you get a job, you get married, you have kids, you stay at your job, you retire, blah, right?
And you keep everything, just push it down. Just keep, if you're upset, we don't want to hear it. Just be
Will
happy.
is working through a lot of issues today on the podcast.
I am. I want everyone to know.
But I think that one of the things that I think got in my way when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, is, okay, what makes me happy? What am I happy about? What am I passionate about? What do I care about? And I think for a long time, I was stuck because I was like, I don't really know. Because it was such a deep question of like it cuts to the core of your soul. And it's like, okay, could I see myself working in what I thought was a soulless office job? That I didn't
Sorry to all those soulless office job workers.
Well, that's your choice, right? That's your job you've chosen. That's your choice. But my point is it took me probably most of my 20s to really figure out what it is I wanted to do. And I don't think I'm alone there.
I don't think you are at all. No, I mean, for me, myself, when I was younger, I wanted to do something. But the first thing that I had to figure out was, what am I good at? Because there's so many things out there that you don't realize. I'm really good at, obviously you can tell this, talking. I have strong opinions. And how do I take that? But then I realized that I like to lead people. I'd like to get, grow a team. I like to build a team. And so it really I had to mold myself to figure out what my skills are. And you just figure it out along the way. What are you good at? And how can you apply that to what you want to do? And then when you're doing it, are you happy with what you're doing? Because if you're not happy, find something else.
Yeah, and I think what you're hitting on that I really like is the skills that you have, which you're naturally good at, are going to follow you wherever you go.
Right.
You're not necessarily going to just all of a sudden become a different person because you have a different career. So for me, I went from acting, theater, production, I studied that in school, into fitness. And some people were like, what? That's kind of interesting. And I'm like, actually, it makes perfect sense, or it made sense to me, because I like being in front of people, which is obviously when you're an actor, you have to be on stage. I like connecting with people as an actor. You have to do that with your castmates or other people you're acting with. And that lends itself really, really well to fitness. So you're going to find there are certain common threads that you have. So for you, if you're someone right now that's stuck in a career that you feel stuck in, what is it that you like about what
Exactly.
you're doing? Is it the relationship building? Are you somebody that likes to just an executor that likes to get work done? How do you like to work? I think these are questions that you can ask yourself
Right.
that'll help kind of figure out for you, okay, maybe this isn't the best fit for me right now. And I
want to talk about something like, so when people think about the gym, when they're thinking about like with you and being like an actor and stuff like that, I've mentioned that to people like, oh, he wanted to be an actor. And then like, oh, and now he owns a gym. No, it's not like your typical gym. So like when you say that, like if you were,
it's not like a big box. It's not like a Globo Gym where it's just equipment and machine. And it's,
right.
And it's
you communicate with people, you meet with people, then we go out and we hang out with people. So
we create an experience. We create an environment.
But yet it's tied to you. I mean, your energy is what you have and your gift to stand up and make people laugh, and also being able to communicate the tough things and also be able to communicate if they're doing something wrong or how they can get better. I mean, I think somebody put it on our podcast on YouTube, which I thought was hilarious. They're like, I would prefer to be called fat instead of overweight. But either way, that person would love to have that conversation with you, and you would be comfortable having that conversation, whether it's in front of a group or whether it's in front of just one-to-one.
When it's one-on-one. And me being able to do that and connect with people, I could do that in any career, right? Like these skills. So I think, the thing is, if you're someone that is a little bit stuck, like I was saying, again, it's about finding what you're good at, isolating those skills for yourself. And this is a little bit of a segue into what we're going to talk about next time when we have a guest. We're going to talk about
your skills,
our strengths.
Your strengths
and because your strengths, knowing yourself and knowing your strengths, that's going to get you so far in any job that you're in. But I do want to say...
I want to jump in and interrupt you real quick. Yeah. So when people think of strength and they think acting, people might be like, oh, he just knows how to raise his voice and talk in front of a group. No, that's not just the only thing. Is the other thing that people don't understand is there are times where being at a gym or being in front of everyone or owning a business, you have to think quickly. You have to be able to react because somebody might forget their lines being on stage. I learned that,
acting is reacting.
Yeah. Look at that. You're like using the words that you learned in school. But my thing is that it is, and you having the ability to do that is huge in the gym world, because there's a lot of things that will happen. There's people that might just walk over and say, oh, this is a little too hard for me. Or it's just something with your business in general. Like, hey, this is challenging. I don't know if I should do this. You were able to take it from one step and then be able to react to it and continue to flow like nobody knew what was happening. Most of the guests in a show, or most of the people that are here to work out, they would never have known or know anything because you know how to do that, and that's what's important. So that's a skill being an actor.
Your skills are your skills, and they're going to follow you where you go.
Right.
We're talking about not being afraid to know your blind spots and know your strengths. And we also talk about what makes you happy, and that it's okay to take your time and try different things and see what feels right for you and what doesn't. Right. Now, if you've done that process, right, and you feel like you figured out what you want to do, but you're holding yourself back because you're afraid, that's a whole nother thing. I'm an entrepreneur, and I know other ones as well. It is not easy to jump in and do what we're doing, but there's this thing called impostor syndrome that holds a lot of people back. And that is when you do decide to make a change and go to that next step. And that could be as simple as you getting a new position at work, where you all of a sudden get elevated from like a regional manager to a district manager or whatever it would be, or the other way around. And you're like, I don't know if I can do this. That's good. It's okay that you are feeling that way. That means that you are going to evolve and push yourself up to the next level. So don't be afraid of that. That's totally normal to feel like you have no fucking idea what you're doing, how you're going to get it done. When you're in the unknown like that, when you're in a space that's not comfortable for you, that's when the growth is going to happen the most.
And I've been in that situation where I've been given things. The best example I use for people, and this is the truth, I know this is going to sound crazy. If you remember when you were like in elementary school, or did you have junior high?
Yes,
okay,
I did.
Some people didn't. So if you had junior high and everyone was talking about high school, and they were talking about how hard high school was, and you're just like, I don't think I can do it. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do it. Then you get to high school and you're like, this shit is easy.
You're like, I got this.
And then it just got easier and easier. Well, it's the same thing. It is the same thing. If somebody hired you for a role They saw the potential. They noticed what you can do. Rise above it. Now, if you're looking to own your own gym or do whatever you're going to be as an entrepreneur, then you want to make sure that, if somebody's like, oh, definitely I'm going to show up, people start showing up, that means they trust in you and that you can do it. You just have to be able to take that leap of faith. And
you have to believe in yourself first. And I know that it's nice to have other people believe in you, but that's only going to get you so far. Your belief in yourself is what's going to get you to the end. So,
awesome.
So I wanted to just, in closing, just say that, if you look at some really big names. I'm
interested in this. I have one in mind. I have one in mind.
Who? Tell me about it.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, what about Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy was, struggled with stuff. And then also, he didn't know what he wanted to be as he's grown up as a comic. He didn't know he wanted to get into acting. He grew into that. But Denzel Washington was another one. He didn't even have the path. He tried different things. He failed miserably at it and then came back, failed again and came back. And he knew what he wanted to do. He knew what he could do. But Denzel Washington's another one too.
So Jeff Bezos, who's the billionaire Amazon founder, he graduated school. He's a billionaire now from Princeton, and he worked on Wall Street in computer science. And it wasn't until he undertook a cross-country drive from New York to Seattle that the idea of Amazon was born. So he had an idea on this drive, and that totally changed his life.
Son of a bitch. I've been on so many long drives, and all I keep thinking about is where's the bathroom and where's the fast food places. This guy is so much smarter than me.
Harrison Ford was actually a professional carpenter who was actually hired to work for George Lucas to build sound stages.
Could you imagine?
Line reading, and obviously the rest is history.
Could you imagine?
Isn't that crazy?
Indiana Jones could have been somebody else.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. The skull transfer would never have been as good.
Vera Wang, who, as you would know, is a gown designer, she was actually a figure skater.
Fuck.
Isn't that crazy?
Son of a bitch.
I know.
But that's challenging in itself. I hate skating on the ice.
John Grisham was a lawyer before he became a best-selling author who wrote, obviously, books about law. But it's like all of these skills, all of these things that you have, you don't even know your own potential sometimes. You might be stuck right now in that shitty job downtown that you're, I don't know, working for some institution that you're like, this is a great paycheck, but you're not passionate about it. We're going to give you some tools next time, which I'm really excited to share with you, that are going to help you isolate your strengths. And we're going to have a guest on next time, Dr. Ty Richardson, to talk about
Dr. Ty. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited for him to be on here.
It's going to be awesome.
Somebody else that I have, but I have to Google it.
Yeah. But we're gonna be talking about taking those strengths. So I want you guys to stay tuned into what we're doing, because again, if you're ready to take this leap, you want to change your job, change your career, it's really good to know what you're really good at, what you're strong at, because those skills that are skills you might be able to unlock to help push you to the next level.
Okay, so another person I want to talk about that you might not know is Ken Chong.
Okay.
And he's Mr. Chow, if you ever know. If anybody
From The Hangover?
Yeah. Toodaloo, motherfuckers. But that guy, does anybody remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
He was a doctor. He did stand-up comedy, but then he was a doctor. I was watching his stand-up special, and that's what came to mind. He was a doctor. He was pretty good at it, but you've seen his movies he's been in. He's funny as all hell. So my thing is that he got a chance, and then he just was like, I'm quitting being a doctor, and I'm going to continue my dream and work hard at it.
You just have to bet on yourself.
Exactly.
And I think that's the thing. A lot of people, they're stuck in what their parents have told them they should do or what society tells them they should do. But entrepreneurs, anyone that's made it, it's like you don't have that safety net to lean back on. I know it's a scary thing, but you have to tell yourself, and this is the space that I'm in right now, I'm like, this is going to work because I made the decision that this is going to work. Everything is about decisions. So if you take anything from today about jumping from acting to fitness, or anything about jumping from one career to the next, make a decision for yourself. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, then just fucking fake it till you make it, and you're going to get exactly where you want to go.
Definitely fake it till you make it, man. That is a huge thing. Is sometimes there are growing pains. There are going to be times.
huge
We're not
growing
telling you to
pains.
quit your job, what you're doing right now, but what we're telling you is just figure out what you're good at and ask people. That's the other thing that I did. I had trouble figuring out what I was good at. And so I started just asking people like, oh, I don't know what I'm good at. And people just kept telling me the same thing. Like, oh, wow, you're really good at communicating. Oh, wow, you're really good at this. You're really good at that. I'm like, is that a skill? Is that something that I could apply? And then I started to realize, yes.
And it almost didn't matter what industry it was in.
No, it didn't matter what
because
industry.
you could do what you're doing right now in a multitude of industries.
Exactly. Like doing a podcast. What?
Like doing a podcast.
For 7 people.
Well,
Hopefully it's 14 after this one.
We thank you, 7 people, for tuning into us today.
Yes, definitely. I do love ending it with like a thought.
Thought of the day.
A
Do
thought.
we want to say anything about Ty before he comes next week?
I am very excited for
He's gonna be
Ty.
our first guest.
I know a lot about him, but I also want to learn more. I think it'll be great having these questions. Just so you know, when we have a guest on here, and if you want to be a guest, again, don't hesitate to write us, let us know. But I think really...
We'll say no, don't worry.
Yeah, again, I like to say that. I'm like trying to be nice, and then I'm just like, I'm going to be the one that definitely is going to be like, eh. So Ty made the cut, and that's great. But the one thing about Ty is that it's just going to be just like we're doing here. We're going to talk about everything that we're going to be doing, networking.
Sport popping forward.
We're just going to get his
fashion.
opinion. Our goal is to help you learn about that person, so you're getting to be like when you're, like I said, at a bar. When you're at a bar, you learn so much about a person. You get to have this honest conversation. Like, man, we could have been friends forever. You're going to learn about Ty. You're going to learn about all these next guests that we're going to have, and we're really excited to be able to do that. And what are your thoughts on Ty? Because I know he's a big part
Ty's
of your
a
life.
really, really good friend of mine. And one of the things that I've loved about working with Ty is in the capacity that we're working in right now, he has more experience than me and has had more experience because of his life and where he's been in his career. But I'm in a position where I am, chair and he's vice chair of Rising Leaders. And it's really cool because he is mentoring me from a position that one would say would be below me. But what's really powerful about that is that we co-mentor each other, because while I may not have had the same experiences as him, I'm bringing up things or showing things. And so it's really, really nice to be able to have a really great working relationship with somebody that you can have that exchange with. So I'm excited to show him off to you guys.
That's going to be awesome. And I'm excited. Here's another thing about Ty that you may not know. He has an amazing laugh, totally different. We're going to probably have to...
It's very authentic.
We're going to have to adjust the sound volumes
he also
on his
doesn't
laugh.
care if I do this to him.
Anyway, so there's only 2 people in this world that I know of that have an amazing laugh: David Diaz and Ty Richardson. You're not even on the top 10.
Wow. Thank you.
I haven't even created the top 10, but I know you wouldn't be.
Definitely not on it.
Your laugh is that's like normal.
Well, on that insulting note, thank you guys so much for watching the 3rd episode of the BROxFire Podcast. Podcast. We want you to always train bold and live wild. And if you like what you saw, please follow us on here, subscribe to our page, like us on Facebook, send us a message, tell us what you like, what you didn't like, leave a comment, and we hope you have a fan-fucking-tastic rest of your day.
Yeah, I agree. So excited. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope to see you at Rising Leaders event.
That was like a goodbye, I guess.
No, I'm not done.
Goodbye.
Nope, not done. Gonna say I like to say my little. Remember, be at the Rising Leader event. I will be seeing what you're wearing, and and if you want to know what I think, come up to me because I'm very honest. And it's going to be a great event. There's going to be opportunities to win, a headshot, to be able to take. There's going to be so many different pictures out there. Facebook, we're going to be bragging about it. And
the headshot was the last event.
Right, but there's going to be an opportunity there.
Oh, you're right. There is.
Yes. So it's okay. He's just the president. All right. So but anyway, so be there. I'm hoping to see you. Dress your best. And again, if you have any questions anytime, but continue enjoying BROxFire. That's awesome.
Thank you for listening to both of our goodbyes. We'll work on that for next time.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
You're a superhero. You're a superhero.